You know, I'm not sure I trust my own country. And I know that the Russian government is quite sincere in looking to pursue a diplomatic solution. What troubles me, and it's something that I continue to hear now from people in significant positions, just as the United States cynically developed a relationship with China in 1972 under Nixon, it was for the express purpose of going after then the Soviet Union, wanted to make sure that they split them apart. I have heard several people, and I know that this Elbridge Colby, who is going to be like the number 3 person in the Department of Defense, that they see China as the enemy, and they believe that they can split Russia from China, and again, use you, not you personally, Mr. Minister, but the country, as a wedge against China. Now, I've tried to say that's foolishness, because unlike the United States, the Russian government takes its agreements seriously and adheres to them. So how do you think, what will be Russia's approach in juggling this let's call it subterfuge by the United States to, on the one hand, offer you a hand of friendship, but at the same time, they have not released their desire to destroy your country and to also use you cynically against the Chinese?
Well, we have been through this, as you mentioned, in 1972, when Nixon wanted the relationship in this triangle to be like this. The relations between the US and China and the US and Russia, both must be better than the relations between Moscow and China.
Yeah.
A combination. Well, it's a nice philosophical construction, but the current situation is radically different.
Yes.
We never had the relations with China which were that good, that confidential, that long-term build, and that would be enjoying support of the peoples of both countries. The Americans know that we would not betray our commitments, legal commitments, but also, the political commitments which we develop with the Chinese. We have problems, we have difficulties in our relations, mostly because of the sanctions, because the companies want to avoid being punished. Some of the very promising projects, logistical, infrastructural projects in Siberia are being delayed, but we are not in a hurry. And the Chinese, of course, are never in a hurry. They always see over horizon. This is the national character, and we respect this. Actually, again, I wouldn't probably reveal a secret. When Biden and Putin met in June 21 in Geneva, it was in the middle of COVID-19 pandemic, coronavirus, what have you, and in a brief discussion, and with only the foreign ministers present, Biden said, I start rethinking the absolutism of democracy, because the countries who have authoritarian rulers, they cope much better with the COVID infection than we are. In our case, each state has some kind of leeway, and they decide to vaccinate or not to vaccinate. And the Chinese and Russia, he said, acted better than many others. But this is a philosophical discussion. You can argue whether in the same logic, whether 4 years is enough for doing something long term, especially with these modern, very complicated, sophisticated technologies which require retuning of sectors of economy, and whether 4 years is enough, or maybe even 2 years, because if you lose midterm elections, the Congress would not allow you to deliver. I don't know. I think the answer is let each nation choose its destiny, its future. It will be exactly in line with the United Nations Charter, which says sovereign equality of states, no interference. One example, Afghanistan. The democratic experiment failed completely, and it totally ignored the centuries and centuries old habits and rules, if you wish, unwritten rules of this civilization. So we would be very much cautious regarding any imposition. And Trump is already saying about a meeting at 3, US, China, Russia. He mentioned that he would like to discuss nuclear weapons and security issues. We would be open to any format which is based on mutual respect, on equality, no prejudged solutions. If our Chinese friends would be interested, it would be their decision. But this does not negate the importance of Russia-US dialogue on strategic stability, and the interest in resuming such discussions was expressed repeatedly by Trump and his people. Putin, in response, said that it is the area where we have special responsibility, especially since in 1 year the START 3 treaty would be expiring. So it's a very different approach from the than Biden administration used to promote. They were saying, let's resume the implementation of the START treaty and let us visit some of your nuclear sites. We told them, guys, you declared us enemy, you declared the goal to inflict strategic defeat on Russia. They said, yes, but this does not preclude some tactical and technical visits. Trump's position, as I said at the very beginning, is that whatever differences we have, don't allow them to degenerate into a war, and whatever interests come the same way, don't waste the chance to develop this into some practical and useful.